And I'm coming at you with some more of these rants. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit that like. Make sure you follow. That way you hear every time I post a rant, a run, a stream, or hell, anything in between. But hey, yo, we pulling up on the NFL draft, man. It is now time for the NFL draft, man. So make sure you like, man. We're gonna get instant reaction from everybody who's picked in the first round. Definitely interested to see what the 49ers are gonna be doing. So let's go pull up, man. We're gonna stream this NFL draft, man. We got the Raiders coming out with the first pick, who we already know is going to be Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback out of Indiana. So be sure you make sure you tune in. Appreciate everybody pulling up. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. Man, we're gonna be having it going down tonight, man. We're gonna have a good time, man. I'm here to answer all y'all NFL questions, draft questions, and everything in between. So let's talk about it. Let's have some fun with it. You will get my reaction from every team that is picked, for every player that's picked from every team. So we're gonna see what's gonna go down, man. Let's have some fun with it. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Appreciate y'all joining up.
Most dominant franchises in history.
TJ Watt, Cam Hayward out there. The Roger Goodell.
Pittsburgh Steelers. But tonight we're going to celebrate Pennsylvania heritage. I didn't come alone. Steelers captain, 8-time Pro Bowler and Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt. And the soul of the Steelers, the captain.
Welcome to R&R Podcast, man. Appreciate you pulling up. We just out here streaming the NFL draft, man. Gonna do this unfiltered, uncensored, man. We're gonna do it all, man. Raiders look like they're gonna get Fernando Mendoza. That's gonna be the quarterback out of Indiana.
This is Steelers football.
Hasn't quite started yet, man. We're just getting underway. So if you're kicking off, man, we appreciate you pulling up. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to IamDeezRants. Got a lot of new announcements going to be coming through as we talk through the draft tonight. So I definitely appreciate you folks pulling up. Right now, we got the Steeler Nation out here. So we'll be greeted by the Steelers Nation to kick off the draft, man. Got some Hall of Famers. Hunter's Ward, solid player, man. Won a Super Bowl with the Steelers. Lynn Swan, legendary player.
We got to talk quarterbacks. Two quarterbacks. Two one Super Bowl champion. The legends of the state.
Ben Roethlisberger, who everybody seems to hate these days. We know Ben Roethlisberger was not a well-liked teammate while he was in the league. But hey, he did win a Super Bowl, so he did his thing. And of course, Fox Terry Bradshaw, running NFL Zone. So definitely appreciate that.
Next generation of stars. Welcome to the National Football tonight. Pittsburgh. This is a moment you've all been waiting for.
Can't get no audio. What the fuck? Oh, that should be working. And the Raiders are officially on the clock.
first time in NFL draft history was from 15 to 18. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock, and there is their draft.
Looks like Raiders are on the clock.
On this young man, so that photo right.
Look at Fernando Mendoza. Raiders officially on the clock right now.
First overall pick. You know, watch this guy. Like you said, football players are tough. It's different. Punishment takes really games, and this is going to right back. That to me showed his mental and physical toughness, and then the clutch G, the stuff you see late in key moments of games. That's why I use the Ryan.
You already know Fernando Mendoza is going to be coming off the board. Now we seem to be going to be interested in what's going to happen after that. But we already know, I don't believe Fernando Mendoza is going to be the starting quarterback going in, especially after the Raiders just got robbed by Kirk Cousins. You know, every time he gets signed with some money, it's going to be some guaranteed money, and it's like guaranteed a lot of money. So we already know Fernando Mendoza is going to have some time sitting on the bench. He's going to sit behind Kirk Cousins. He's going to get an opportunity to learn. So don't expect him to get the field right away.
This year, you mentioned it on a pre-draft show. What did you learn about it? And what was it? Well, I learned that he's a competitor. He's all about process. And then what seems to happen football,
I will be here to answer all NFL questions, man. So, man, make sure you drop the questions on the live, man. Appreciate you joining up. We got some audio. I think we got that fixed. That's a guy that's who I actually select in this draft is Elijah Surratt. So I was hoping if the 49ers go edge, possibly maybe Malachi Lewis, who's been a talk of the target. But now everybody's talking Denzel Boston. But I like Elijah Surratt in the second round if he's still available.
Looks like someone's on the phone having a good search for the joke right now.
Looks like the call is being made, ladies and gentlemen. Raiders looking like they're going to be going with Fernando Mendoza with their first pick. If you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, and you're checking out IamDeezRants, we are streaming the NFL Draft live, man. We're giving reactions from every pick for every team in the first round. I'm definitely interested in seeing what the 49ers are going to be doing in this round. Target looks like it's going to be Denzel Boston from what the experts return. I think the 49ers stick to what they've been doing over the last 4 or 5 years since Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch have taken over the helm. And I believe they're going to go defense and probably go get themselves another edge rusher if possible. And maybe looking for a receiver in one of the later rounds. Like I said, if they make that move first, that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm also just seeing where Kenyon Sadiq ends up going because I feel like if he's on the board, I feel like the 49ers need to take him no matter what because we got nothing behind George Kittle. Well, if George Kittle goes down, do you really feel like Jake Tonjes and Luke Farrell are going to get the job done? Because clearly it didn't happen. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. You are tuned into the IamDeezRants NFL Draft special.
Quarterback draw called by head coach Kirk Cousins. He didn't just get a first down. He paid his own and gathered a national championship for the Indiana Hoosiers. No, he didn't hit a 3 at the buzzer. He hit a 6. One criticism of his here as well. There are a lot of RPOs in this offense and how's that going to translate? You can cut through that by looking at all the 37-plus throws and watch him in the red zone. He was outstanding.
The draft was happy. Well, the Raiders need to find a way to get weapons. And I do mean not just offensively, but I do mean defensively. Raiders do need weapons. So, but they did need to take care of this quarterback problem. Obviously, Geno Smith was definitely the issue and did not get the job done. So let's see what the Raiders do this year. And a little history to have you show. My sister used to work for the Raiders, so I know my sister's probably watching this, and she's really interested to see what they're going to be doing. So let's see what the Raiders do. Because I think the pick is now in. Welcome. If you are watching on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, the Raiders are going to make their selection right now. So let's go ahead and get that pick. We already know what it is. Fernando Mendoza goes to the Raiders as expected. First player off the board. Is draft number 1. Like I said, he's going to get an opportunity to learn behind Kirk Cousins. Alejandro, welcome. Bass, welcome. Trent, welcome. You're all tuned into the IamDeezRants NFL Draft Special. We're going to be reacting everything on the unfiltered, uncensored. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday at 1 p.m. I'll be on the CG Ruthless doing a premiere in our new show, 49ers Roundup. So make sure you check in and make sure you tune in. Check out. We're going to be talking about the draft and everything else that's going on. My personal thoughts on Brandon Ayuk. Stream the draft. Stream the draft.
Take the stairs.
Stream the draft.
He's also going to go today.
Draft is starting right now. Fernando Mendoza just came off the board.
Holy shit.
Fernando Mendoza just came off the board first. Now we're going to see what the real interest happens. Raiders fans reacting to it, these babies. My sister's probably happy about it. About time the Raiders try to do something at their quarterback position because Geno Smith was definitely not it. Why do you think Seattle got rid of his ass? And then when it got Sam Darnold and won a championship. That's crazy work.
How have the last 5 months changed your life?
The last 5 months have been such a blessing by God, and I can't thank him enough. I'm just looking forward to get to work, prove at the next level. College was fantastic.
If you got questions, comments,
but now stepping into a great team in the NFL. Look forward to proving and earning everything right here.
Going to the Las Vegas Raiders. What excites you the most about this opportunity?
What a great organization, great legacy. There's so many great teammates I'm looking forward to talking to, coaches, owners. I'm ecstatic for the opportunity.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much. God bless. Congratulations to the Mendoza Raiders. We're getting the last word of this before we turn the rest of the draft that we know nothing about.
All right, now the rest of the draft gets interesting. Congratulations to Fernando Mendoza going to the Raiders. So now we're going to wait for the Jets who are now on the board, man. Welcome, Trent. You are checking out the IamDeezRants NFL Draft Special. We are here tuning in. We're enjoying it. Going along for the ride. We're interested to see what the Jets are going to do with the second pick of the draft.
The general manager is handing the phone over to Alan Glenn to talk to the players that they are about to take. The clock is ticking down under 3 minutes. What do you think it's going to be? Well, I've been saying,
and the Jets eventually acquired Geno Smith. And let's see if Geno Smith can get the job done for him. Because he did not get the job done when he was in Oakland after Seattle let him go. So let's see what the pick is already in, and let's see what they're going to do. Let's see what they go with. I think they're going to go defense because Aaron Glenn needs some defense. His defense clearly didn't get the job done, and it didn't do much offensively either.
So do you want to draft a player for the future? Do you want to draft a player for next time? That's the question. You know, how fast this first round is going to go. Arizona's only 30 seconds into their time. And it could be a trade in something we don't know because as soon as the Jets make the pick, Arizona and the rest of the league is alerted as to who has been taken. So we're waiting for the first mystery of the
And I think about so the first two picks we had kind of had an idea of who's sitting at the top of the draft.
next to the entire season.
Got Fernando Mendoza coming off the board. We got Bates coming off the board, probably next to the Jets. So let's see what happens here, man. I'm definitely here to you. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, Tim, for the like, man. Appreciate that.
And the top 30 doesn't being canceled. We'll find out if that really did anything to do with their choice. That could have just been in the oven. It's fake. The pizza.
The Jets belong to another team around the career. Now, they really didn't have any defensive line teams in last season. Didn't get even. So hopefully we can change that with Raheem Morris up in here for the defense for the 49ers this year, man. We got a well-established pass rush, but got a lot of guys coming off injury. Now let's check out the second pick from Roger Goodell as the Jets decide to make their pick.
We're about to get from the commissioner the Jets signal on the tip of this offense.
52nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The New York Jets select David Bailey.
David Bailey. Yeah, it's looks like they decided to go defense and as expected.
Overall, so much over the top 30 that's in the games. What do you think this means? Well, they want guys to get off the ball and quick and do it in a hurry. Get what you came for.
What the Jets need to do, the first thing they need to do after trading Quentin Williams to the Cowboys last year is establish a pass rush. And I think they might have done that with this pick here.
The stage, trust me, he's going to be running to quarterbacks. He can get
so he can get off the ball. He can get off the ball. This guy's got some good, put up some great film. So 14 and a half sacks, man, that's great to see. So just got a solid pick.
But this Jets team was so bad last year. They had to still be confident go. David Dale gives them a great chance to do that because he's a little more ready to go as an edge rusher. Our base ratio football player is over about 40 versus this. David Bailey is one of those guys that developed, coming out of Stanford and transferring. It's not like this guy was a surefire top 10 NFL draft pick. When he goes to Texas Tech, they said that his practice habits increased and he got very good in terms of reward. And because of that, he developed himself into this pick. This is what I'm talking about. These guys staying in school and then really touching the value of that.
What's going to happen with a lot of this is like a lot of people going to be staying in practice. Kids going to be staying in school. A lot of these kids got NIL deals now, and some of these schools are making a lot more money than they would before they even go to the league. So that's another opportunity. NIL can be a catch-22.
He has direction. Now, some question the power. I think you can see it. You're seeing it right here. He can change it, get you off your knees a little bit, and then finish. And on the backside close, look, it's as athletic as Arvell Reese's. He ran 4.46. Bailey ran 4.55. So he's a more athlete. He can really go, and you see that when you try and run away from him. David Bailey is the
Jets happy. That's it.
In Jets history, Quentin Williams was third overall in 2019.
And if the Jets crash this year, Aaron Glenn gets fired. Great.
The Jets have never drafted a defensive player this high in the draft, and we send things to the stage. Lauren Rutledge, take it away.
David Bailey got so hard for this, and now you're the first defensive player off the board in the NFL draft. What does it mean to hear your name called this early?
I mean, it's so much me. It's the great experience, the opportunity, and I'm just so grateful, man. Shout out all the fans that came out here. I'm just happy to be here.
How will you immediately impact this Jets defense?
I just want to get there and just be a star, just so that's the best line of the staff to. So this organization is trying to do the right way. So.
David, in the last minute, Topps has made your first pro trading card, so go over there and sign it, okay? Congrats.
There we go, sign this trading card, and he'll go off to New Jersey. Be the latest in New York Jets. So the Cardinals are on the clock, 2 minutes to not even be there decision making. And this is like mainly being the first pick, the first stone thrown in the
That's the first. I've never seen Tatum do that. That's new. That used to be something new. So I didn't even see that when I was younger. I used to watch the back all the time, bro. All 7 rounds. But hey, that is that. All right, it's like Arizona's made their pick, man. Let's definitely see what they pick. Let me see before they go.
Jeremiah Love's been a name we've been talking about. They do it. They still have a couple needs on that offensive line, a couple key players there, so you can get to that. But to me, he's such a dynamic player. You can throw him.
Michael Flores, the head coach there. That's crazy.
See if they could try and marry him up the quarterback a little bit later in the season. And they make an effort to improve the offensive line, getting that.
And Jacoby Brissett is their starting quarterback, and he's not even attending camp. I should have maybe even got a quarterback or something. I mean, there's a couple things out there for free agency, but what's these dudes? Jacoby Brissett is the starting quarterback. That's terrible. I'm sorry, that's terrible. Y'all really expect to win the games? With Mike Flores first year with Jacoby Brissett? I'm sorry, y'all couldn't get y'all asses whooped in the NFC West, right? If y'all really goofy and stuff to go get a running back, that's crazy as hell.
You don't always talk about. You draft a running back like Jeremiah Love. Let's say that's the pick. Are they built for him to succeed right away? I think that would be a question at Arizona. But one thing I do know, if that's the pick, he's going to help you be a better offense. Things that he can do with the exclusive football in his hands. You just don't get guys that can score that many touchdowns from anywhere on the field. Or do you tell him the waste come to us and go on?
Oh, let's see.
The San Francisco 49ers.
You guys go against the Niners team, bro. That's good stack to win. You're going against the honestly, I almost stacked Niners team, bro. A lot of guys coming off of injuries. Is this pick going to be an impact player that's going to impact the division in any type of way, or impact the team in any type of way? I don't see this pick doing it. Because Cardinals have no offense. I mean, James Carter coming off an injury. You got Marvin Harrison Jr., who had kind of a down year. And then, like I said, you got rid of Kyler Murray. So that's kind of a big step back.
2026 NFL Draft. The Arizona Cardinals select Jeremiah Love.
As expected, they go get a running back. Make that make sense. You ain't got no offensive line, bro. You gonna get your ass beat by the Niners, bro. Jake, you not gonna put one on your head, bro. Sorry. Sauce Sandy Logan. You are checking out the IamDeezRants NFL Draft Special. Make sure you check it out. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. We watched Jeremiah Love go to the Arizona Cardinals, which is kind of a pick that kind of low key don't make no sense. Losing your quarterback, got offensive line trouble, and then you're probably going to be backing up James Conner after coming off an devastating ankle injury. If you got some more pieces, that quarterback piece is just going to hurt y'all. I don't think Coach said how good to keep him at the division now with Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, and Matthew Stafford. I'm sorry. That's a move.
He is a home run hitter. The ability to best go out, we can just go ahead and take the stairs and jump right over the top of the USC defender and allow the kicks in the backfield. He can say, check it out.
Dude, it looks like he can make some plays. I haven't finished the day. Like I said, quarterback is going to be a big problem. They need to solve that issue. Jacoby Brissett is not going to be it. Not in the division where you got Brock Purdy, Matthew Stafford. Brock Purdy, Matthew Stafford, and Sam Darnold who just won the Super Bowl. Like, make it make sense, bro.
tell you what, guys, I don't.
This pick don't make no. At least to me, this pick don't make no sense. They need to solve their quarterback problems, and they do need some offensive line help. But if he's gonna be elusive, maybe they do not get that really good boost on the offensive line. Who knows? So far, Fernando Mendoza, David Bailey, and Jeremiah Love are all off the board. Arizona fans seem to be cool with the pick. They probably like the pick. I'm pretty sure they do. And maybe some Arizona fans are done with Kyler Murray too. So man, that's I've yet to hear that, but. They have to have a plan to adjust the quarterback position. They don't have one right now, as far as I know. Which Kobe said not showing up. Let's see what's going to go down.
It's just a blessing. The bathroom put on the car. This is special things to do.
Congratulations, Jeremiah.
So the Titans pick is in. The Giants are made it already.
This first round is going crazy, bro. This round is moving fast as hell. This is moving a lot faster. Titans are already making their pick. I think the Titans definitely are going to go defense in this pick, especially with Robert Saleh being the coach of the year. Definitely should go defense in this move. He's already got the one number one pick last year in Cam Good. And they definitely got a solid offense. I think they do need weapons offensively. But definitely, I feel Robert Saleh is definitely going to go defense with this pick. Titans pick Fernando Mendoza, David Bailey, Jeremiah Love are now off the board.
That's the first of their two things as the top 10.
If you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, man, you are checking out IamDeezRants. As Roger Goodell comes out, turned into the Titans pick. ESPN. Or my YouTube channel. Cardell Tate. So that's what they do. They were smart. That is a smart move. Cardell Tate, you go get probably the best receiver in the draft. That's what a lot of folks have been saying. You go and get Cam Ward a weapon, and that's what you do. So look out, Tennessee, because that is a move. Because I was expecting Robert Saleh to go defense. I was clearly wrong. So smart move by going and getting this guy a weapon. He definitely needs it. And definitely they were short on receivers, and they haven't had nothing really since losing A.J. Brown to the Philadelphia Eagles. And they definitely did that. They definitely got Cam Ward some help. So for Titan fans, y'all should be happy, very, very happy with this move. Because I was expecting them to go defense with this move. So our goal Mason was supposed to be another highly rated passer. Looked like he is still on the board. And this draft is deep at wide receiver. So I mean, there's a lot of guys that could probably move out and move back. Names that you would not expect to get called up. So you just never know, man, with this NFL draft, man. Definitely a good move by going and getting Cam Ward a weapon. James Jr., welcome in. Checking out the IamDeezRants NFL Draft Special, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. So you're checking out that draft, man. Carnell Tate from Ohio State just came off the board at number 4 to the Tennessee Titans. As I was expecting them to go defense, they decided to go offense and do the smart thing and get Cam Ward a weapon. And they definitely should be happy about that, and so should Cam Ward.
All I can tell you is, I know he's a worker. Be prepared to go into the film room with Cam Ward at 5 a.m. each and every day. That's how Cam operates. You want to give this good side, adjusted, and off they go. A bit of a surprise, but Tennessee has to get more explosive. Cardinal take it up to get there. But sure, but we are rounds are on the clock. 6:43 to go until we get their pick.
Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and share that live. Carnell Tate just came off the board.
Inside of your jacket, and as you're showing us, how did you achieve your dreams that you wanted to achieve? But they were also your dreams. I know you're so proud tonight, Carnell. Congratulations.
And like I said, this draft is moving really, 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 really quick. By the time they get done interviewing, another team's already put their pick in. This draft is moving fast. And the New York Giants got 2 picks in this first round, I believe. My homeboy Rabio, shout out to him. I'll be bringing him on to do an interview about something that Michael Beasley caught my attention saying. The AAU's culture has been pretty much ruined. So I definitely like to bring in my homeboy Rabio. We're going to be talking about that. We got to schedule something. We're going to link up on that. So we need to talk about that. But right now, you are checking out the NFL draft as the New York Giants get ready to make their selection in the first round.
Well, we can measure and measure. Lowe's can measure and install it for you.
You can't measure, right, Jim? Stop trying to work the crew. This is Jim, one of the greats, and handsome. The highbrow entrepreneur in a lowbrow way. A smart guy saying he's so smart he doesn't need to dress smart. It's a classic power move. But the real power move? Having predictive modeling to help prevent supply chain issues before they happen. There's going to be a shipping delay? FedEx rerouted it. Okay. Cool. Sick?
All right. Welcome, Carter. You are checking out the IamDeezRants NFL Draft Special game. Checking out who's going to go on, man. Getting live reaction from who they pick. Titans just took Carnell Tate off the board at number 4. Giants are putting their pick in at number 5. They got to find more weapons
somebody that can go with Malik Neighbors, who's coming off an ACL injury last season. So I definitely expect them to go get a weapon, or maybe get something on the offensive line, because Jackson Dart did catch a few concussions last year with some risky runs. So I don't believe they want that to happen again, because they invested heavily in him. He did have a solid year, but after picking up injuries and a concussion, yeah, they don't want that. So hopefully maybe I'll take a stab in the dark, and hopefully they go offensive line. His draft is deep at wide receiver. So at the end of the day, man, if you got questions, you want to drop something in the comments, please feel free to do so. Cardinals pick at 3 with Jeremiah Love, solid weapon for them. I question their quarterback, their issues at quarterback, because when you're in a division that has Brock Purdy, Matthew Stafford, and Sam Darnold, like I said, who just came off the Super Bowl victory, you'll be in a backwards position by going and drafting a running back. Cardinals. I don't. That pick don't make no sense at all. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make no sense. They got Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, and like I just said, if you're in the division with Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, who just came off the Super Bowl, and Matthew Stafford, you are not competing right now. Wash your hands in the bathroom. All right, New York Giants, okay. Feel like if the Giants are smart, I feel like they need to get some protection, or maybe a weapon going on with big neighbors. And they really could go defense too.
He is survived by his spouse, Tracy, and the two sons, Andrew and Benjamin.
If he needs Sadiq is on the board at 27, I'm telling you, 49 should pick him up with nobody behind him. Jimmy Sadiq? Mm-hmm. But he's going to go early. What's that one dude's name from Alabama? That kid is so good. I can't remember his name. There's one cat from Alabama. The dude that he's all set and he goes, receiver? Huh? Receiver? Ed. There's so many. This is your still drop the ball at number 5 to the Giants. The Giants decided to go defense, which is probably a smart move. The Giants do have solid weapons on offense, so defensively this is probably a good move. They need to establish a pass rush. They didn't have much of one last season. They're also in a tough division along with the Cowboys, and the Eagles. So definitely in the Commanders. So solid division, man. This is a good move for them. Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, I saw his times. Yes, he flew. I saw his tape. No, there's like other people in the game. 69 tackles, 6.5 sacks. This could be a playmaker for the New York Giants defensively. But they got several weapons. Cam Scatterman coming back off an injury. So this could be a really good Giant team. And they just definitely made a move bolstering their defense. But they lack secondary. So I would expect the New York Giants probably in the later rounds to. I expect the Giants in the later rounds probably to go. Probably stick to defense, try to find somebody in the secondary.
So he was out there using creative ways, and that's what
If she would be positionless. We need something for our reason. Drop that on athleticism, really transition. I think he's a
IamDeezRants NFL Draft Special. Here's the live reaction to the NFL Draft, everything that's going on. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe.
year. We see lots of the versatility shows up. Pursue laterally, big time explosive burst to get there.
Big legs and rubber.
They would win closing 2 steps.
So yeah, look at what the Giants. This is a really good pick by the Giants. They need to, like I said, they needed to establish a pass rush. At the end of the day, they really didn't have one. And like I said, they're in a tough division with teams that can't get to the quarterback. That's an addition to it, because Keon White still not. They traded. Well, not Keon White. They got somebody they sent similar. They lost. I know they lost a dude. Can't remember his name off rip. And John Harbaugh, I believe he's your coaching.
Giants share with you about how they plan to utilize you in their defense.
Oh, the Giants told me they're going to get me with me. So, anyway, so
it hasn't been easy for you this journey. What can you say about those that have helped you all the way back to your days at Glenville High School in Ohio?
Yeah, I can't say no, but thank you. It's a bunch of time for the coaches I had. My high school coaches, my parents, my family, my brothers. All I can say is thank you.
You got the hat to fit finally.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. All right, so the top 5 is in the books. The Browns again traded down to 9. The Chiefs.
Okay, so the Browns traded down to 9. The Chiefs are now going to be picking. I would expect them to go either King Sadiq, somebody that would be the future replacement to Travis Kelce, or go on wide receiver, because they do need playmakers all over the field, especially somebody for Patrick Mahomes who can get the ball just about anywhere on the field. They also could go offensive line as well, because they do need some offensive line help after Patrick Mahomes did get hurt last year. The Kansas City Chiefs traded up from 9 to 6. So I'm wondering who they're going to pick. The pick is now in. Let's see who the Kansas City Chiefs pick. This is also my ladies' team, so I definitely expect them to make a solid pick here. Mansour Delaney, they went defense, and that was a smart move because they lost both their cornerbacks to the Rams, I believe. So Timothy Duffy is gone. Jalen Watson is gone. So definitely Mansour Delaney is definitely a smart pick, and he's definitely probably the top corner coming out of the draft this year. And they definitely needed a cornerback. So this is definitely a smart pick by the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, a lot of people. I did a lot of mock drafts as well, but a lot of mock drafts that I did definitely didn't have the Chiefs going cornerback at all. So definitely Mansour Delaney is definitely a good pick for them. They don't have no corners.
Yeah, get Christ off. He's 6'4". He's a 6'4" corner.
He's better. Hey, this is the expert say he's the best in the class. I ain't no expert. I just talking. They said he is the best in the class. Why, he's the first corner off the board.
He's definitely
I probably could think that I probably could thought of probably a couple other corners out there. That could have he could have got picked up in the second round actually.
yeah.
He could have fell easily to the second round.
He's underweight. Yes, but not a. He's a strong. The ball is high protein.
Well, my son said that a good pick for Kansas City. Based on his reaction, he said that is not a good pick for them. He said there was another corner that was better out there. So, well, they said he's the best in the class. And most corners are 5'11" anyway. The fact, yeah, they traded up.
Dumbass niggas.
They traded up. They traded up to get him. The Chiefs were at 9, traded up 3 picks to get him. They could have got him at 9.
They could have got him.
They really could have got him. I think they really could have got him at 9.
No, Mansour Aline is not that good. Oh, right.
Welcome back.
He said yes, sir, to Aline.
And the Commanders are now on the board with their pick in. Now, I think the Commanders probably should go wide receiver with this pick, maybe. Like I said, this draft is pretty deep at receiver. They did lose Deebo Samuel in free agency. So they definitely need a weapon on offense. Terry McLaurin coming off injury and then have to pay him a big contract and then held out half the year. So we got to either have somebody to go alongside that guy, or they're gonna have to find somebody that's better than Terry McLaurin that can take that spot. All right, Roger Dale coming out. Jerome Bettis, Lance Swan. Country girl Ashley Wilson.
Better play.
This Samuel did not mean a thing to them, even though they still had Mr. McCaffrey coming who also got hurt at the end of the last season. They decided to go linebacker. This is probably good for them because they definitely need some defensive help. So this is going to be a solid pick for the Washington Commanders. But we only can tell what the future holds. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, man. You are checking out the IamDeezRants NFL Draft Special, man. We are watching and reacting to the NFL Draft the first round. Interesting what the 49ers are looking to do. They've got some great players that have come off the board already. And one pick that so far that did not make sense to me was the pick of the Arizona Cardinals. But they got a quarterback issue they needed to solve, so they didn't do it in the draft.
Here, as a former safety, does Warren take guys on? He shows he has the ability to do that, and the legit speed shows up. not only in coverage, but when you wanted to come on and rush him. In 24, he was very electric when they used him as a blitzer. So a versatile chess piece for a defense that was pretty bad last year in Washington.
Kurt Warner, what's going through your mind as we see the kid of the guy you won the Super Bowl with get emotional walking to the stage being drafted?
Now, it starts with obviously how old we are, but really cool to see those styles senior shaking the hand, giving a hug to his son. Obviously, won a Super Bowl together back in 1999. Heck of a football player for us. And Washington is getting a heck of a football player as well. As Daniel talked about, what I love about Sonny Styles is his versatility. He's the guy that plays safety. He's very good in the basket. He's got tremendous instincts, tremendous length. He can play it on the end.
So Washington might have found themselves in a heavy down linebacker. They got themselves a heavy down linebacker. What the fuck are you doing with Fred Warner? That's a level you got to get to him, and that's something beyond that. Getting to Fred Warner, that was like God mode, bro. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, man. You are checking out the IamDeezRants 2026 NFL Draft Special, man. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe on Twitch, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I'll also be on Monday coming on to the first ever premiere of 49ers Roundup with myself and CG. This man, we're going to be talking the draft. We're going to be talking about the future of Brandon. Are you going on with the team is going to be looking like in 2026? Make sure you tune in. That's going to be on Wednesday, the 29th at 1 p.m. So make sure you pull up. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. This draft in this first round is moving very, very quickly.
You now been drafted. Your brother Lorenzo Jr. will be drafted this weekend. What do you remember about being the boys and imagining this night?
So he's my best friend, my inspiration. Just chasing around. You would dream about this since we were 5 years old. So to see it all happen, living out the dream.
That's fast to the 40 pounds. Fast.
One of the best.
Definitely not a good linebacker guy. So I don't know. Even with the speed, is he a sideline guy? Probably maybe not because they're going to have him lining up on their side. If he was in the middle, we got really respect that. He does have that sideline speed. So we definitely checking that out. 100 years ago. Saints pick is already in, man. This first round is going very, very fast. So definitely, what's going on, Jordan? Welcome. You are checking out the IamDeezRants 2026 NFL Draft Special, man. We are checking out what's going to go down, getting live reactions, taking in questions, comments, and everything else in between. So if you feel like if you're doing that, please feel free to do so, man. Check it out. New Orleans Saints pick is in. Got Saints need some weapons also. Offensively, you really ain't got much at receiver. Ain't got much defensive. Saints just kind of suck all year. To be in all honesty. So the Saints need pieces and help all over the place. So I don't think no matter what the Saints do, is it going to prove them their record at all? That might be a chance. But they're also in a tough division as well with Atlanta, Carolina, and Atlanta, Carolina, and Minnesota. You see something. I said, Atlanta. Coach, you had a solid team. Losing Alontae Taylor and DeMar Davis to free agent. So I'm thinking them going defense. Now they just signed Travis Etienne to a 4-year deal. So yeah, they got some offense. That's definitely replacing Travis Etienne. Definitely replacing Alex Guerrero, who had a career low 470 yards last year. So yeah, this is definitely gonna be an interesting pick. They do have some. Yeah, the Saints are in trouble this year. I think we need to go defense. Defense pick.
Because your mom will have a heart attack. If you want to bring your plate in here, you can have some more pizza. Oh, heck yeah. I figured you wouldn't say no. Dude, somebody's going to be really pissed off. I really left them on the pizza too.
It's okay.
I changed the wrong. This one has both meats on it, and that one has pepperoni and olive, and he just like olives. You got me screwed up.
That's all right.
Olive on this one, and this one was supposed to be yours.
It's all right. I'll eat pepperoni. Don't bother me.
Okay. Please. Oh, just Hawaiian.
All right. All right. Now, here comes Roger Goodell with the number 8 pick for the New Orleans Saints. Saints need weapons all over the place. I think they go defense here. If that's a smart move for them. But there's piss floor and talent all over the place still in this draft.
Is that so? You're silly. You're really silly.
TikTok Dag, welcome.
I love you.
You are checking out the IamDeezRants NFL 2026 special. We are streaming the NFL draft and we're going to listen to the pick of Roger Goodell for the New Orleans Saints. All right, so that is definitely a smart pick and another weapon for the New Orleans Saints.
Dynamic coach. He knows how to be the focal point of the offense. Yet, Arizona State, everyone knew the ball was going to Jordan Tyson. He still played in space. He still made catches, made first down, so you can see the emotion just going over us like this wall. That's just over the top yourself. It was just right when he saw the State.
Man,
That's cool.
that man crying. He got the flower coming with it and all that. Congratulations, Jordan Tyson. Member of the New Orleans Saints. Sorry for you now, but when you come up against the Niners, you're going to trust, boy. Clint Hoyer, welcome. Anthony Joseph, welcome. Y'all both are checking out the IamDeezRants NFL Draft Special.
Same city. But it's our match. It's not being questioned, red flags and conversations about
Unfortunate for Jordan, he don't get to go to Cleveland. At the end of the day, he was one pick away from going to basically living with his brother because his brother plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But that's all right when you come down to the orange, you feed him some of that, you feed your brother some of that good Milwaukee school. Y'all go down there and have a good time. And y'all gonna see you bounce. You know, you always gotta push your spot when your brother's in town.
keep going.
All right. And now we got the Cleveland Browns on the clock. Now, if the Cleveland Browns are smart, you get Shador or Deshaun Watson weapon. We got a quarterback competition going on between those two. I am, like I said, I've stated in the past that I am a fan of Shador Sanders. Up until you come up against play against the Niners. But at the end of the day, I think they need to go ahead and get him a weapon.
You think it's the first half? I think this shows they made the right move by trading down, get some extra picks, knowing that you have to take that six. Looking at the needs of the team.
You go get him a weapon and you go protect him. And they do need an offensive line help as well. Welcome, Lizzie. You are checking out the IamDeezRants 2026 NFL Draft Special. Appreciate you following. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We are live streaming that draft, man. Go Niners. Let's do this. That's definitely a good pick. Need somebody to protect Shador Sanders and or Deshaun Watson, who's ever going to win that quarterback battle at the end of the day. So this is definitely a smart pick by the Cleveland Browns.
Slater is great tackle football, so I'm not concerned about him. He's got excellent intelligence and awareness. You can see his play. He also has some mass to be able to drive the pitch. You get outside and run here and space one. It's more than capable of doing that. He's still going to be combine doing it fast. It's time to touch the mound. It's not American Express. It's finally is thankfully all of its time here to catch up. The Giants.
There's definitely still a lot of people on this board.
Big barbell racing brought down to the Jets. Shows David Bailey, the Cardinals, the Carolina. The time is 39-10. Base and your baby. Giants going to hang around the Wanda.
All right, my homeboy Robbio's team back up on the board. Carter Cadell coming out with the pick. Get him a weapon, and then you protect him. Good pick by the Giants.
And with no tackles going in the first. We see two. Nobody's gonna play two. Right there. Just Thomas at left tackle. He kicks it at guard and begins to run the ball there. Big time. And tackle pick out there and do that. Long term orientation. This guy gets beat from point to point. So they finish on shoot. In particular, line of scrimmage is just a run for it. Yeah, just think about this guy. We're talking about extra value. He's a big architect. They get to work, he's going in opposite directions. By the way, the reason why it appears Miami used every second of their 8 minutes is because they were in Turkey with the Dallas Cowboys, who has the pet of Francis Marinello being an it's rated 2 5s, 177, 108, but 1 5. So that is
So New York traded up with traded a couple picks to get the spot. Still a good pick. And which is like I said, a smart move by the New York Giants. You got to protect Jackson and they did both of that. So mission accomplished in the first round. Bad to welcome. Ooh.
Growing up, you have to create your own football here. There's a lot of kids that you're a role model for. They're watching tonight. What's your message to them?
Born and raised in the Arkansas movement.
Congratulations.
There you go. Cowboys split 2 5.
All right, so the Cowboys traded up one spot. Who did the Cowboys trade up for? And they seem real happy with this pick. But the results are going to be the same during the season. Either you ain't going to make the playoffs or you're going to get your ass whooped in the first round. Let's see who they pick to go to this Dallas Cowboys team of suckers. I'll be right back.
Why? Because. It's a marker, dog. What did you think this was? I can say that, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. You're watching, you're checking out the IamDeezRants NFL Draft 2026 season. Yeah, I'm out here, man, trying to get reacting to the picks. And the Arizona Cardinals picks don't make no damn sense. And I hate to say it, but the Chiefs trading trading up 3 spots. That don't make no sense either. Y'all could have got that dude at 9. Y'all really should have just stayed at 9 if you was gonna go there. You trade up 3 spots, you go get Kenyon Sadiq. That's what you should have did. That's what you really should have did. That would have been the smart move. And you still could have got him at 9 too. Right out of Washington. I mean, that's what they should. Hey, you got the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, see, when you see people like that, bro, those are dudes you want on your team. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Why'd you trade up 1 spot for 1? All right, Cowboys. Who's gonna go to this team of fucking bad fucking offense and suffering? Your good finish is so good as long as Dak Prescott is barely there. And even then, Dak ain't gonna get you nowhere. Because that's been proven already. Multiple times. What? He's a Cowboy? Hands down, safety first. That's a really good pick. That is a good pick. Because he's the top safety on the board, too. And he's the first one off. He should be. Middle down is really good. You know, he's going to draft early. He's going to observe. Yeah, shit. Good pick by the Cowboys.
Intelligence toughness. That's what those guys will say. They can be able to blow them out. This defense last year, 32nd, 3rd down, 32nd.
Right. Caleb Downs, 2-time Big Ten title winner.
As this guy gets the downs, offensive coordinators love getting their new quarterback. Defensive coordinators, Joel Klatt, love getting their new quarterback. And they can't want to Caleb Downs. Will patrol the secondary, organize the secondary. Heck, he can wear the green dot, do the whole damn time. Part of it too. Cowboys
Eli Welcome. Here, checking out the NFL 2026 draft posted by yours truly, IamDeezRants. So if you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, man, thank you, man, for pulling up and checking your boy out. Also, if you're make sure you tune in on Wednesday. I will be on with your boy Steve Ruthless as we host our first episode of 49ers Roundup. Man, we're gonna be talking about what happened, reacting to what happened in tonight's draft weekend. Seeing what the 49ers are going to be looking like going into the 26-27 season. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about Brandon Ayuk. So make sure you tune in, make sure you follow and subscribe, man. Make sure you hit that notification bell, that way you're here
for 49ers round. All right. So far, 4 Buckeyes have come off the board. Cowboy fans should be definitely happy with this pick. Is he going to be the guy to get Dallas out the first round with a game-saving play? Maybe. Well, right now, Dallas is still stuck in the same position they have been for the last 20 years. A playoff team that can't get to the first round.
I'm so thankful to be here. I can't even say the words. There's a lot of love there. Congratulations. Thank you. Appreciate it. The Cowboys are slated to visit the Indianapolis Colts this year, so we can see downtown Dallas rather than here. So,
Tony, welcome.
grab the group and first go. Very excited about all that. And the Miami Dolphins.
All right. Miami Dolphins are now on the board. Jack Haskell, their new head coach, huh? Yeah, I remember that. They did fire Mike McDaniel. He was now offensive coordinator. I believe this is a match, if I'm not mistaken.
Down one spot. Make this announcement here.
All right, let's see who the Dolphins pick.
In the 2026 draft, the Miami Dolphins Kaden Proctor.
And the first thing they do is go and get a guy that can go protect their quarterback. Caden Proctor was one of the top tackles coming out in this first round. Expected to go extremely early, and this is extremely early. So at the end of the day, this is a good move for the Miami Dolphins. They need a guy that can protect the quarterback's blind side. And who was he protecting? Other than got Alabama. That's the middle row.
Off the third level. You got 350, you're going to spin the ball out. Bring some tackles and try and get some highlights. So I always look at these new machines, their first pick is a statement pick. They don't want to be big, they don't want to be physical.
Quick question for you, though. Is he they trying to play tackle where Austin Jackson is, or they trying to play
Austin Jackson has done both.
and like how they go with these two guys?
So, this is the of a man getting set to protect Malik Willis. Yes, the new quarterback today. Jeremy Chan, back will definitely be running behind his kid. Miami Dolphins goes first.
Big Mike Rosa. If you don't watch the TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, man, you are checking out the NFL. You checking out the NFL draft, man. You're gonna have some fun with it, man. We're watching live reactions. If you got questions, comments, anything like that, please feel free to drop them in the chat. Welcome, D-Card 1990. Welcome. You're live checking out the NFL draft with your boy IamDeezRants. Where we do live gaming streams, we do the NFL content, we do 49er content to talk trash on anyone and everyone and everything. So be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Appreciate everybody pulling up, man. And so far, this first round has gone extremely quick. couple of picks there so far that haven't made any sense to me was the pick by the Arizona Cardinals with Jeremiah Love with the quarterback situation that they're currently dealing with Jacoby Brissett. And then we also have the Chiefs trading up 3 spots for Mansour Delay, which they could have gotten at 9. Weston, welcome, man. Appreciate you pulling up. You are checking out the 2026 NFL Draft Special on IamDeezRants, man. We're reacting in real time to the draft and things that are going on. If you have questions, comments, I'm here to answer all your NFL questions, 49er questions, give you my thoughts and opinions on everything in between. 4 Ohio State players have come off the board already. The Rams are now on the board with pick number 13. This could be another weapon for Matthew Stafford. So I don't know where they might go. I'm expecting maybe them to go defense, but it very well could be an offensive player. They do have really, really good offense. So I honestly expect them to either go offensive line or defensive with this pick. Rams acquired Triple Duffy, and then they signed Jalen Watson. So both of those corners did play for the Chiefs. So they did lose their corners to the Chiefs, and that's why the Chiefs traded up 3 spots to get Mansour Delay. But at the end of the day, they still could have got that pick at 9. Don't know why they needed to feel the need to trade up to do that. Trevor, welcome. If you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, man, you're checking out IamDeezRants. We are hosting the NFL Draft on ESPN, man. You have a good time, man. Reacting to picks live in real time. Giving my thoughts and opinions. So if you want to drop your thoughts or opinions in the comments, please feel free to do so. The pick is in. Like I said, this first round has gone extremely, extremely fast. So at the end of the day, man, I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And as guys are getting picked, certain guys that are expecting to go probably higher are probably now dropping. They ain't looking like he's going to be one of those guys. But you know what? At the end of the day, there's still a few. There's a lot of time left. Still a lot of picks to go. We are at pick number 13 with the Los Angeles Rams. That pick is now in.
Thirteenth overall is the Rams spot because the Atlanta
13 overall, man. You got Puka Nacua either going into rehab, coming out of rehab, trying to get his life straight. The Rams have an extremely exciting offense. You still got Devontae Adams. You got Kyron Williams. You got Blake Corum. You have a great offense. So you could easily add another weapon to this offense. That could be a Kenyon Sadiq. That could be another receiver. Somebody that can eventually replace Devontae Adams down the line long term.
Here they have 29. They fell on the top 8 would take time.
So there's definitely opportunities there.
Yeah, once the trade happened in 29, I thought this might be off the table. If I'm hearing Ian talk about it, if you look at it from 2 perspectives, from Ty Simpson's perspective, this is where absolutely you would love to go. You get a chance to go learn under the ranking MVP and Matthew Stafford. You play for the elite offensive mind and Sean McVay. They can develop you properly, and you'll be put on the field when you're ready to be put on the field. And a great team and a great organization. The challenge I have with it is from the Rams situation. This is a team that was a player or two away from the Super Bowl last year. It does have the reigning MVP on their roster at that position. Right?
If you're this close to winning now, like the Rams, say feel like they are, you get somebody that can make an impact right now. You need somebody to help them get them over the hump with a long term. You can do that and have a long term vision with the player you draft here. Jacob, welcome. If you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube, man, you're checking out IamDeezRants. We're checking out the NFL draft. As Roger Goodell is coming up to make the pick for the Los Angeles Rams, who've got the 49ers in Australia. Let's check this out.
The Los Angeles Rams, Ty Simpson.
So the Rams decided to go get a quarterback and go get Ty Simpson from Alabama, quarterback. This was not a move that I was expecting, but at the end of the day, he goes and gets a quarterback. He's going to learn under Matthew Stafford. And when he's ready to hit the field, he looked like he could hit the field ready to run.
What the fuck are the Rams doing?
I have no idea. Like I said, this could have been an opportunity for the Rams to get a weapon. Akeem Sadiq would be fucking great for your fucking offense. But you decided to go get your back. You decided to go get your third string quarterback right now. Because if Jimmy Garoppolo don't retire, it's Jimmy Garoppolo. So I mean, like, what are you doing?
That's so random.
They brought the Rams apparently believed in him from day one. They talked to him and all that. They said he was gonna be. He could have stayed in school. He's gonna wait another 3 years to get on the field with the Rams. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that either, Gabe. Not at all, bro. Nobody was expecting the Rams to even pick a quarterback. I was looking for them to pick a weapon. Akeem Sadiq would have been perfect. Well, as he continues to drop, a guy like that, I promise you, if he happens to fall to the 49ers, hopefully the 49ers will take him, because the fact that the 49ers don't have anything behind George Kittle, I'm sorry, Jake Tonges and Luke Farrell are not going to get the job done if George Kittle happens to go down in any type of capacity this season.
It's free to watch. You'll see him attack with anticipation here this program because they're one of the best throws. You'll see football this last year that he is a good athlete.
Yeah, the Rams make no sense with this pick, honestly. What you did do, you might have got your quarterback of the future, but right now he's going to be a third stringer. So, for Ram fans, I want y'all to really make that make sense for me. And if you're watching on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or any of my social media platforms that you see listed on the super below, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. It's all free, homie.
Now you're going to play offense with the Rams and some of the things that you're going to have most excited about in Rams to show their way and quarterback that's acceptable.
Yeah, it's just my quarterback. Offensive standpoint, is one of the greatest of all time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
In my opinion, of that pick.
But what the hell, boy?
Along with the the Chiefs trading up.
But what the hell, boy?
And the Cardinals picking a running back at 3 when they have a really, really bad quarterback situation going on.
Yeah!
So yeah, something that might happen next year, man. Make sure y'all pull up, man. Corey Jr., 11 man, welcome. All right, now that the Ravens on the board, now the Ravens losing Isaiah Likely. So, my opinion, they needed another, like I said, another weapon for Lamar Jackson. You need a tight end. Kenyon Sadiq is on the board. You take him. And I expected probably Sadiq to go earlier. I expected him to go to the Chiefs. But let's see what they do. Do they get him a weapon or do they don't get him a weapon? They choose to go get an offensive lineman, and he's probably one of the top offensive linemen in this draft. So this guy is going to be able to protect Lamar Jackson. This is a good pick for the Ravens, in my opinion. Definitely a good move. They need somebody to protect Lamar Jackson. They've always had a solid defense. The Ravens have always had a solid defense. But this is they really need offensive line. They need that way Lamar Jackson they want Lamar Jackson to be able to sit back and throw the ball and not run all and have to fucking be like Michael Vick and try to run in his first year. All right, son. Have a good night. You too.
I'm gonna put my blessings on the players and the entire
Appreciate that.
Yeah, just plain people watch. New coach, but an organization that knows who they are and lives up to who they are. You aligns exactly with the Ravens' life.
All right. Next four picks coming up. We got the Buccaneers, Jets, Lions, and Vikings coming up, man. This is definitely a smart pick for the Ravens in this sense. And as guys that I are expecting to fall are straight falling. But that's all right. Hopefully my team does something good when their time comes. And now with the Buccaneers picking, the Buccaneers losing Mike Evans, so I expect them kind of to go receiver. They do have Abuka, who's really someone who had a great year for him last year. He did get a little bit banged up. But I honestly expect them to go receiver here. If you are watching on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, everything that you see on the ticker. You are checking out the IamDeezRants NFL 2026 special live. Where we're reacting live time to the draft and everything that's going on, man. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Appreciate everybody pulling up. It's a crazy, exciting night, man. A lot of players coming off the board, man. Waiting for the 49ers to make their pick. Jets looking like they're going to make their second pick of this first round as well. But I'm definitely seeing what the Buccaneers are going to do with this pick. I feel like they should go wide receiver. You got linebackers. So there's definitely opportunities for the Buccaneers. They were a playoff team. Losing Mike Evans to the 49ers, definitely, you need to replace that. So I feel like they need to do that with this pick. They could sign running back Tina Gainwell and Alex Anzalone, which is really solid because both of those players are really good players. So they'll definitely be in the mix in the NFC South. That's going to be along with Atlanta, New Orleans, and Carolina. So definitely going to be a tough division. But it always comes down to some team in that division with a losing ass record, or then somebody with some losing ass record in the NFC East to get into the playoffs. Man, they need to figure out that fucking rules. That 7-9 team should not be in the playoffs. Clearly, teams in other divisions are better. They need to figure that out. No more 7-9 making the playoffs. That's crazy work. 7-9 New York wild card team. That's crazy work. They did have Ashawn Robinson. He is a solid player as well. Best available: Ruben Van, Makai Lemon, Tina Sadiq are the top three. Emmanuel Mikel Warren is a safety. The 49ers definitely did go safety in this first round as well. Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana. And I don't know how they have Omar Cooper Jr. I believe he's solid. Like I said, I really do like Elijah Surratt. So that's a guy that the 49ers can really go get. Maybe in the second, maybe in the fourth round is still available. But I expect Surratt to be gone in the second round. The Buccaneers make their pick, and they also lost to Mel Dean last year, so they can also go defense here. I'm interested to see what the Buccaneers do with this first round 15th pick. See if this pick makes sense for what they need to do.
State's not. He's 2 years. That means it's
A lot of people had the NFL draft tonight here on ESPN. The Buccaneers are about to make their pick of the 15th round. Only Dan welcome. You are checking out the IamDeezRants NFL 2026 NFL Draft Special, man. We are out here kicking it, chilling, man, having a good time, man. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. As Roger Goodell comes out to make the 15th selection for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, that is definitely a good move. Tampa Bay going defense is definitely a smart pick. They definitely need to improve that pass rush. Definitely didn't. So definitely. And then guess what? They didn't think he was going to be on the board because Ruben Van was probably one of the highest defensive players on the board, and a lot of people were probably expecting him the first or second player off the board. So at the end of the day, a good pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They established now a pass rush, somewhat of a pass rush. Depending on who they go against. At the end of the day, man. I'm just about to lose the bottom of that ticker, man. About Mike Rabel and Diana McKinney. Goddamn people leave. Alone. Who gives a fuck? And they need to go on and be together and live their motherfucking life, and y'all these motherfuckers need to live their ass alone. All right, we got Ruben Van here, 15th pick by the Buccaneers. Damn, Kansas City coach. The players can't stand for each other, and neither can the damn coaches. What is going on?
production of almost every single offensive line which is one line at the door. That production on the other side is outstanding against the run, and he's outstanding against the passer. To your point, will he be a 15-sack guy? Maybe not, but I guarantee you,
15-sack guy in the NFL, maybe not within the first 2 to 3 years. He could be a 5 or 6 guy probably. He may be able to pull 3 or 4 in his first year. But 15-sack guy, that's not going to happen in year 1. But definitely a good solid pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They needed to establish a pass rush and a defensive presence after losing Levante David. So this is definitely a good pick for them.
How will your versatility elevate this next sequence? Ever since you've proven it, what gives you the confidence that you can continue to do that at the NFL level?
I'm telling you, I can do anything I put my mind to. Because my mind is set. And the next level is only fun.
We believe you. Thanks.
A guy that sounds like he gonna be in business. And now with the Jets, they're gonna make their second pick of this round. Investing in protecting Geno Smith is one thing. Like I said, you still need to go get him a weapon because they ain't got a lot. So, and their pick is in. And like I said, this first round has gone extremely quick as compared to other drafts when I was younger and watching these over the years. I used to have like little notebooks and all kinds of composition pads and shit for every draft every year, all 7 rounds. So this is gonna be a wild draft and the first opportunity to get to put this on for y'all. So I definitely appreciate the opportunity. So make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to IamDeezRants. We'll be doing a gaming stream. We'll be doing 49er content. I'm also gonna be on Wednesdays. Make sure you tune in on Wednesday. We're gonna be up for the first episode of 49ers Random featuring myself and CG Ruthless. So make sure you tune in. We'll be talking about the draft. We'll be talking about Brandon, the things that's going on with Brandon Young and what the team is going to be looking like going into the 26-27 season. All right, here comes Roger Goodell with the 16th pick and the second pick of the first round for the New York Jets.
bringing 6 Saints back and the 2026 NFL Draft. The New York Jets select
Kenyon Sadiq finally comes off the board at number 16. Now, this guy, I've seen this guy all over the internet. This guy is a specimen. Like, he's supposed to be one of the fastest and the best tight end. He goes to number 16 to the New York Jets. You get Geno Smith a weapon, which is the smart thing to do. You also get a guy that can help protect on the line as well. So this is definitely a smart pick and a great pick for the New York Jets. This is a guy that I recently, in my mock draft, if he was going to be on the board, this would have been my pick. Like I said, we definitely needed a tight. The 49ers definitely needed a tight end. I was hoping this would be the guy. But now that he is now off the board, we definitely need to either stick to our edge strategy, because I do not feel going for a wide receiver in the first round, whether it's Denzel Boston. There are other receivers that are better. Jacoby Lane is out there. You still got Chris Bell. Like I said, my favorite in this draft as far as receivers go for what the 49ers could be able to do, definitely my pick would have been Elijah Surratt probably in the second round. And I think that's still a possibility. So at the end of the day, there's still offensive linemen such as Trey Zoom. We got Bo Stevens. So there's a lot of guys that are maybe later better picks for later rounds. We got the Lions pick is going to be in, and I'm expecting them to go wide receiver as well. You need to get somebody to go with Amon St. Brown and Sam Laporta. So at the end of the day, I think this is going to be offense is going to be a pick for them. I think receiver is going to be the way they go. And I think if they really want that speed, I feel like they maybe should go with Casey Concepcion.
So hot.
Yeah.
But also the Lions defensively could use even more of a pass rush, and also losing Anzalone definitely the Lions could go defense on this as well. So I like to see which way they go. But I suspect them to get Jared. Jared Goff needs another weapon and a new one. He needs a new toy. And if you are watching on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you are checking out IamDeezRants. We are streaming the NFL Draft live, man, getting reactions, thoughts, opinions, and all that. So if you want to drop your thoughts, your opinions, questions, please do so in the comment section. Hey, man, we out here having a good time, man, enjoying this draft, man. So hope y'all are having fun, man. We're getting reaction to picks, man. Like I said, there's a couple of picks that I did question earlier in the round. First off, with the Arizona Cardinals picking Jeremiah Love when they have a really bad quarterback situation. We got the Kansas City Chiefs trading up to get Mansour Lane when they could have got him at 9. And then now we also have the Los Angeles Rams pick, instead of picking up another weapon, they decided to go get their backup quarterback, or their quarterback of the future, and Ty Simpson. So at the end of the day, man, this has been an exciting NFL draft so far. This round has been moving extremely quick, faster than I've ever seen a first round go. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a great show, man, great opportunity, man. Make sure you tune in on Wednesday for the first episode of 49ers Roundup featuring myself and CG Ruthless. We're going to be having a good time. We're going to be talking about the draft, everything that has happened over the weekend. We definitely going to be talking about Brandon Ayuk and the future that I feel like he does not no longer have in the NFL, and I will explain my war on Wednesday. But at the end of the day, definitely appreciate everybody tuning up, pulling up, and enjoying the live, man. Checking out the NFL draft with yours truly. And like I said, we're just going to have a good time. Sam, welcome. If you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, you're checking out IamDeezRants. We are checking out the NFL draft. We're doing reactions to draft picks, waiting for the 49ers to make their first pick of the first round, whether they stay at 27, trade up, move back. Nobody has made any moves yet. Kansas City traded up 3 spots to make a pick.
Time for the free throw.
With Mansour Delay. And now the Lions are now up, ready to make a pick. A lot of mock drafts. Mekhi Lemon has been going to the Detroit Lions, and he is still one of the best receivers available out here. But this draft is really, really deep at wide receiver. So there's a lot of folks out there. The Lions pick is now in. As you see, the Detroit Lions in the war room, they look all happy, shaking hands. They don't look too enthusiastic, but somebody's on the phone. So it's either the Lions go defense or do they get Jared Goff another weapon? And I think they do get Jared Goff another weapon in this occasion. But here comes Roger Goodell.
During World Jewish Month. Tonight, you all have the opportunity to have a beautiful wish. I'm joined here by Easton, a 14-year-old Lions fan whose wish is to announce the first round draft pick for his favorite team. I'd like to ask all of you to join me in cheering on Easton as he comes true. Take it away, Easton.
All right, let's see what the Lions pick.
With the 17th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Blake Miller, tackle, left back.
All right, so they went, instead of going and getting the whipping, a weapon for Jared Goff. They decided to protect him instead because Jared Goff does need some protection because that dude ain't that mobile. So this is a smart pick by the Detroit Lions, picking Blake Miller. This is not a name that was on the top of a lot of folks' draft boards. So at the end of the day, man, this is a solid pick for the Detroit Lions. Not to say it's the best pick, but like I said, this is a position of need for the Detroit Lions. So at the end of the day, this is what they needed to do. Terry Graham is welcome.
Clearly, trying run games, you pick that up in this game. But they had this game, the pinstripe ball, that was a shampoo finish.
Wow. There we go. That's a nice little pancake. So, yeah, Blake Miller tackle going to the Detroit Lions as the 17th pick in the first round. All right, now the Minnesota Vikings pick is now in at number 18. Now, the Minnesota Vikings, they could use some more offense. They definitely could use some defense. Losing Harrison Smith, they could get somebody to go along with Justin Jefferson. That way, it takes all the pressure off of him. So let's see what they go. Caleb Banks. Definitely, Minnesota definitely needs some defensive line help also. They don't have a strong defensive line. They still have Devon Hargrave. So definitely a solid pick. And let's see where he goes and how he does in Minnesota. So they got him listed as defensive tackle, but they got him to look like from the tape. I'm seeing him play in the end.
Another example of him against the body. He's going to reset the line of scrimmage.
Maybe he's versatile. Maybe they'll put both maybe in the middle or on the end. You never know. You never know how teams like to use players. So.
And work up the field. I want to see this a more consistent version of this power to collapse the pocket because it's on his body. It's there. It's just a little bit of it's a boomer bust guy. You're going to hit the big or it's not going to work out. But they swung for the fences here in Minnesota. Well, what concerned me is that he's 30 pounds and he's been dealing with sometimes he's talking about the athleticism. And it was a double in basketball, so he can move. Yeah, it was one of those things. Remember, the GM is no longer there. Coaches out of Indiana.
All right.
Defense. And
now we got the Carolina Panthers making the pick, sitting at number 19. Now, the Panthers can utilize weapons. They can utilize offensive line. They also can utilize defense. I'm interested to see where they go. Do they give Bryce a weapon? Or do they protect him? Or they just leave it as is and try to go offense in the later rounds and try to get some more defense? Because I feel like the defense was the reason why the Carolina Panthers did not make the playoffs this year. And like I've always been told, offense wins games, defense wins championships. So at the end of the day, maybe that may be true for some teams, but at the end of the day, Carolina needs some help. And I think they go defense.
Confidence isn't given. It's built. One choice.
Moneybag 779, welcome. You are checking out the IamDeezRants NFL Draft 2026 special, man. Appreciate you joining. If you have questions, comments, or anything you want to drop about the NFL Draft, the 49ers, or any type of NFL content, please feel free to do so, man. The Swiss Army knife of content creation is here. I'll be doing game streams, NFL content, 49er content. I trash talk on anything and everything that's going on in the world, including politics. So everybody can get the smoke. Dr. Wax, welcome. You're checking out the NFL Draft 2026 special. We out here hanging out, man, having a good night. Appreciate everybody pulling it up. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe as you see on the social media channels on the bottom of my Twitter, on my ticker here. And we are watching the NFL draft, man. We got pick number 19. Like I said, there were some picks that did not make sense. And there's some picks that make you want to question why. Like I said, starting with the I don't know which one is the biggest or the highest ranked one yet. But right now there's at least 3 of them that I do question. Kansas City moving up 3 spots for a guy that could have still got at 9. You got the Los Angeles Rams picking up they're picking their 3rd string quarterback, or it could be their backup if Jimmy Garoppolo decides to retire. So that's been in that, and he's made some bread, so I can understand why he probably could retire. And then, like I said, and then you got the Arizona Cardinals picking up Jeremiah Love as expected with the 3rd pick with the quarterback situation that is in dire need of some help. So, we don't know which one was the worst pick, but those so far, those are my top 3 worst picks. Wait and see what the Philadelphia Eagles do at 20. We got the Carolina Panthers about to pick at 19 right now. And Carolina's got Bryce Young. You got the receiver that he drafted this year, Travis So they got some weapons offensively. I think Carolina should go defense with this pick. Or maybe do they get Bryce Young another weapon or some protection?
With the 19th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers select tackle.
Probably a good move. They definitely need somebody to protect Bryce Young. Because Bryce Young did take some big hits last year. He did get hurt last year. He did miss a pretty good amount of games last season. So definitely this is a protection pick for them. And you go get a guy that is worth spending the money on, and you go get a guy that can protect your quarterback. Or so that you hope protects your quarterback. Definitely big guy, tall guy. He can move in the running game. Over on top of the block is to go. That's big time right there. That's big time. So if he can get the hang of some space and get his hands on games, this is definitely a good pick for the Carolina Panthers. You need a guy that can protect the quarterback and can move guys in the running game.
Traded up 2 spots from 12 to 10 in the 2021 draft to take Devontae Smith. The Cowboys moved down 3 spots. They took Mike Parsons.
All right, and now there is a trade going on, and the Eagles are on the clock at 20. The Eagles have traded up, ladies and gentlemen.
With the 20th pick and the 2026
the Eagles go and get another weapon. You have A.J. Brown. You have Devontae Smith. And then you go and get Makai Lemon. The Eagles are going to be weaponed up. They're clearly looking like they're going to be a passing team. You have Saquon Barkley. The Eagles are going to be your dangerous team. And the Eagles traded up to get Makai Lemon out of USC, who's probably another one of the very exciting top receiver in this draft class. So this is definitely move. The Eagles are going to be a weaponized team.
Don't forget the tight end, all the tight ends are under contract for 1 million. He's a spot receiver. He helps them. The assumption that AJ Brown will not be on their team next season. Of course, we know that he had talks with the.
Well, they still have AJ Brown, so like I say, they still have AJ Brown, but if they're drafting this guy thinking they're not going to be on the team,
For the Eagles, it's much better cap-wise, cut things out, dead cap hit in half from 40 to 20. But AJ Brown likely not to play in Philly next season.
I mean, they have made all those moves. That's 3 new wide receivers that they've added. You mentioned Dante Wicks. They grabbed him from Green Bay. They acquired him. Hollywood Brown. And now Makai Lemon, who you mentioned moments ago, accomplished Ross St. Brown, which, by the way, pretty good comp.
I've got another comp that you're going to appreciate as well. You want to talk about somebody that has a lot of value and somebody that can be a big time productive player out of the slot. We'll get to that here in a second. But I call it tease.
all right, man. I appreciate that.
He's emotional too.
All right, we got Makai Lemon picked up by the Philadelphia Eagles with the pick number 20 trade. The Eagles traded up for this pick. Makai Lemon is a really solid receiver out of USC. Has some really solid, great games that I've seen on his tape and games that I've seen in person. So this is definitely a good receiver, and the Eagles definitely got a weapon. The Eagles have a weaponized offense that are looking to go down the field and throw the ball. And if they're going with the assumption of A.J. Brown not being there, he's going to be there with Devontae Smith and learning from him and learning this offense. So it's definitely going to be exciting to see for Eagles fans.
Experience. It's a raining wet day. Talk about no fear. Looking in the middle of the field.
Look at that play. And so you definitely see what the Eagles are going to be getting with this guy.
He's been in Iowa for 400 years.
It's definitely a solid pick by the Eagles, man. Weaponized offense. They're going to be looking to throw the ball all over the field. Got Saquon coming out the backfield. This is going to be a really, really good Eagles team. And a team that you're definitely going to want to watch offensively.
Their announcement today for the moment.
And then the Pittsburgh Steelers are on the phone.
At this moment right here, being a first-round pick in the NFL draft, what has defined your journey?
I'm just so blessed right now. And I just praise the Lord for every moment. Really. It's a dream come true. I can't even believe this right now.
When you look out at those Philly fans and you think about the fan base that's about to embrace you with open arms, what do they love most about you?
Yeah, that's all. That's ready to work. For real. I ain't doing no plan.
Thank you for that. Congratulations.
Kai said he ain't doing no playing. All right.
You ready?
Makai Lemon joins the Philadelphia Eagles as the Pittsburgh Steelers are on the clock with their first pick of the first round. The draft started off with Steeler Nation, and now Steeler Nation is up. Definitely see who they're going to pick. Definitely feel like they probably could go offense. They could go defense. They need somebody to go alongside DK Metcalf. Find Aaron Rodgers a target, or they need to find a way to protect Aaron Rodgers. He did get banged up and got his wrist broken last year. So this could be a move for some offensive line help. So let's see who the Steelers go with. I understand the draft is in Pittsburgh. All right, a lot of turtle towels out there. All right, here comes the Steeler Nation. We got a whole bunch of high school kids, non-badass. So we got some Steeler Nation little young show out here. What's up, my boy Jerry is joining in, man. The end of the night, we waiting for who the Niners are gonna pick, man. Jerry, who's your pick? Who you think the 49ers are gonna pick, bro? If you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, man, who you think the Niners are gonna pick, bro? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. The target looks like it's gonna be that receiver from Washington, Denzel Boston. Who you gonna pick, man? Who's it gonna be? Like I said, if the 49ers if there's certain guys that are still on the board by the time we pick, I feel like the 49ers definitely gonna go edge, and I feel like the 49ers should definitely go Elijah Surratt in the second round. Definitely more protection for Aaron Rodgers, as I expected. Max Hunter is probably one of the top offensive linemen in the draft as well. So definitely a good pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Me personally, Jerry, I think it should be. I did like the defensive end from UCF. Can't remember his name off Rick right now. I just drew like a blank right now. Whoa. I just dead ass drew a blank. Right in the live stream. Malachi, fucking slang. Yeah, no, it's Malachi. His name's not sticking in my brain right now. Literally, legit read for it. Yeah, definitely. Lawrence, that was his name. That's pretty. So yeah, definitely Malachi Lawrence would probably be the first guy. Experts got Denzel Boston, but I feel like there's receivers that are better than him. So it's definitely there's still Casey Concepcion. This draft is really, really deep. I feel like we're going to go edge in the first round like we've done for the last 5 or 6 years. I feel like Elijah Surratt should be the guy that we go for in the second round if he's still on the board. Like I said, if Kiwi Sadiq is still on the board, which he is now not, he got picked by the Jets. Olivier Gaillani, I believe he's just came up. No, Olivier Gaillani, I believe he's still on the board. So, I mean, there's still a lot of opportunity. There's still a lot of guys out there. Caleb Naboo, who the 49ers have also been moving to pick. What's going on, Booth? Welcome. So, the Chargers traded back to the Eagles, and the Eagles select Makai Lemon from USC. And now we're going to see who the Chargers pick. Because see, that could have been an opportunity to get Justin Herbert another weapon, especially because they're lacking that receiver. And we know how they like to have a kind of power running game. Najee Harris was banged up a lot last year. Didn't play much, so they're still. I don't believe any running back could come off the board outside of Jeremiah Love, which was a questionable pick by the Arizona Cardinals. Actually, it was a dumbass pick, to be honest. You got a fucking Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, and you're competing, and you got him in the division with Brock Purdy, Matthew Stafford, and Sam Darnold coming off the Super Bowl. That pick made absolutely no motherfucking sense at all. All right, y'all, here comes Roger Goodell with the pick for the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's listen in.
With the 22nd pick in the 2026 draft, the Los Angeles Chargers select Hakeem Matador, linebacker, Miami.
All right, Miami gets another edge rusher, or not Miami. Los Angeles picks another edge rusher, Hakeem Matador. Solid edge rusher, man, for the year. So we definitely gonna be seeing what's going on with him. He's in Ottawa, Canada. Holy shit! You a long way from San Diego, homeboy. All right. And this guy probably was the reason why Notre Dame probably didn't get into the college football playoff this year. When you make plays like that, and you beat Notre Dame. Yeah, he does love defense, boy. I tell you what, he do. When he could have got a weapon, and Justin Herbert needed another weapon, but definitely Chargers good move with this pick. Going defense because you need to solidify something on defense because if your defense ain't winning, you ain't winning. Simple as that. All right, we're coming back. We got the Cowboys, Browns, Bears, and Bills, and then the 49ers coming up right after that. Questionable pick. Another edge move. Solid pick by Jim Harbaugh, honestly. He likes that. He likes to go defense on that, man. That's what we want to see. Chargers need some defense anyway, because that's why they losing a lot of games. It wasn't their lack of offense, it was definitely their lack of defense. Still got Denzel Ward there, so definitely still got all four defensive back there. But you definitely need some pressure up front. They went there and got it. You were watching on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. You're checking out IamDeezRants, watching the NFL Draft 2026, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Cowboys are on the clock for their second pick of this first round. Yeah, some of these teams got a lot of second picks in this first round. And definitely with Dak Prescott and the company down there, they probably looking to get some. They got some protection from Dak, and they probably need to go get him. They got to need to go get him a weapon. Cowboys did go defense, getting a safety earlier in the round. And they do have Rashawn Gary that they traded for, so definitely is going to be an interesting move. Not too worried about them signing for a kicker to a $28 million deal. But they also traded OC. They traded OC to the 49ers. That's the guy who got from there. The pick is in for the Cowboys. So I'm interested to see what they do with this pick. Is it going to help? Are they going to help that Prescott, or are they going to keep trying to bolster the defense? I mean, they did lose Michael Parsons in the trade. They traded Michael Parsons to the Packers last year, and then Vanderbilt broke his neck, so he's been out for quite a bit. I don't think he's playing anymore after that. So I'm interested to see what Dallas does. I feel like they may go defense again this round, maybe linebacker or defensive end. They could even go deep tackle after, like I said, after they trade Bosa to the 49ers. So I'm interested to see what they actually tend to do here. You're watching on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. You're checking out IamDeezRants. We are streaming the NFL Draft 2026 draft. Appreciate everybody pulling up, man. We still have the Dustin Raider, Denzel Boston, Case Conception, Cassius Howard, who a guy who's Ruthless has been very, very interesting and who's still on the board. So we see a lot of interest. Cassius Howard's guy that CG Ruthless is very interested in, and he feels it should be our pick. Experts still have Denzel from they still have Denzel Boston as our guy. So at the end of the day, we're going to see what the Cowboys are going to do at 22 to probably determine the rest of the first round. They traded, and the Cowboys traded down for this pick. So they got another pick from the Eagles. Fuck! All right, so the Cowboys end up drafting the target that the 49ers initially had was Malachi Lawrence, who was at the top of my draft board in this first round as well. So he ends up going to the Dallas Cowboys. So I mean, CG Ruthless, you might have a shot at getting your guy in this round. Because the guy that I initially targeted and that who a lot of expert 49er content creators such as Grant Cohn, Jason Carney, a lot of guys had him at Malachi Lawrence at the top of the first round. And he ends up going to the Cowboys. And had projected going to the Niners, but at the end of the day, he goes to Dallas, man. This guy is very fast. I did like the film that I did see on him. He tested very, very well in the combine. So at the end of the day, man, good pick for the Cowboys. They definitely need to keep establishing a defensive presence, and they look to do that. And this is probably how they get that over the top and actually get past the divisional or the first round of the playoffs if they actually get there. Because Dallas does have a good enough offense. They do need to get George Pickens and his contract situation taken care of. And they could be really, really dangerous. They have Quentin Williams still. They have Kenny Clark. They just added Rashawn Garrett after trading Olsen to the 49ers. They just drafted Caleb Downs and then Malachi Lawrence. So this is going to be a very solid, probably a dangerous Cowboys team. Might give some of y'all Cowboy fans something to talk about. And the Browns are going to be up for their 24th pick. I believe they did get some protection for either Shador or Deshaun Watson. So I'm wondering if they go and get him a weapon this time around. Because there are still pretty good weapons out there. I believe they need I really do believe that they need a really, really good receiver. The receivers that they have didn't quite cut it. And if Shador's at quarterback and he's having to throw him to the fullback coming out the backfield and he's got more receptions than most of the receivers, I feel like that could be an issue at the end of the day. So I feel like the Cleveland Browns need to go receiver here. And I think that's going to be their best bet. Like I said, Shador Sanders is a fan, and I am a fan of him. Watched him in college. I caught it out playing for Deion, of course. I feel he was a very talented quarterback. Should not have fallen to the 5th round of last year's draft. He was supposed to be projected to be a top pick, but at the end of the day, he fell 5 rounds because of what all the experts wanted to say about him at the end of the day, which I wasn't a fan of either. And yeah, they need to change their energy over there in Cleveland real quick because Shador will call that shit out. And they have not won again. They got a new head coach, Tom Monken, who was the Ravens offensive coordinator. So he finally got himself an opportunity. 1,400 passing yards, 7 TDs, 10 picks in 2025 for Shador Sanders. And that's because they need offensive line help. They don't have really good receivers. And they really had to rely on Myles Garrett and that defense to kind of get them over the hump. So I feel like Cleveland needs to go receiver here. They do have a pretty solid running game at the end of the day, but I feel like their passing game is what needs improvement. And they need to quit what really blew my mind was every time Shador did get the team into the red zone, he takes them out and then he goes and sticks them and then goes and does the fucking wildcat. Like, make that shit make sense to me. That's why his ass got fired. And there's no way he should have ever got hired in Atlanta. So for Atlanta Falcon fans, when y'all notice he started doing that dumb shit, y'all need to call that out quickly. Very, very quickly. And if you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to IamDeezRants. We are the Swiss Army knife of content creation, man. And also tune in on Wednesday. We are going to be on with CG Ruthless as we premiere our first episode of 49ers Roundup. We'll be talking about the draft. We'll be talking about Brandon Ayuk and what the team could possibly look like going into the 26-27 season. So make sure you tune in on Wednesday, 1 p.m. on YouTube. We'll be on 49ers Roundup. Cleveland's got their pick in, and the Bears are on the clock. We are 2 picks away from the San Francisco 49ers first-round draft pick. Who's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? Is it going to be Denzel Boston? Is it going to be another edge rusher that we potentially look for? Who's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? If you are here, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to IamDeezRants. We'll be having new designs, intros, and all of that. So make sure you tune in, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to the Swiss Army knife of content creation, because it is right here. Let's listen into the Browns' second pick. All right, Casey Concepcion is now off the board. Another guy who was projected to be picked by the 49ers. The 49ers didn't get a receiver, but they definitely got a weapon. Shador Sanders and Deshaun Watson, whoever is going to be the quarterback over there, definitely got a good weapon in Casey Concepcion. That's the guy that's going to be able to take the speed off the top of the defense. This guy's got a good route tree. The only thing that he had was a little bit too many drops last year, but if he's continuing to work on his focus and his concentration on that, this is going to be a huge improvement for the Cleveland Browns offense. And definitely going to be happy to see them kind of thrive, see Shador trying to kind of thrive in this. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a good pickup for the Cleveland Browns. Shador Sanders or Deshaun Watson, whoever decides their quarterback is going to be. The Chicago Bears are now on the clock, and it's already been halfway through. We are still 2 picks away from the San Francisco 49ers first-round draft pick. Definitely excited to see who we pick up. I feel the need that they're going to go edge here now. Now that Casey Concepcion is now off the board, the guys that they have targeted. We could also go offensive line here. We could also go defense here. So the 49ers are open to do whatever they can do. But definitely we need to keep establishing our pass rush with a lot of our guys coming off injury. The 49ers probably could also go to a 4-3 setup. And ultimately, now with the return of Dre Greenlaw, and you have deep winners, you got to keep that guy on the field. So at the end of the day, the Bears are on the clock. We're going to see what the Bears are going to come up with and see what they do. I feel like the Bears probably could go defense here, losing Jonathan Owen to the coach or to the Colts. So I feel like they could go defense here. They probably could get Caleb Williams another weapon. And we are almost at the end of the first round, man. So make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, man. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you tune in on Wednesday for the first episode of 49ers Roundup featuring myself and CG Ruthless. Well, like I said, we're going to be continuing to talk about the draft. We're going to be continuing to talk about the controversial future of Brandon Ayuk. We're also going to be definitely talking about what the team could possibly look like after the draft and what the team could possibly look like going into 2027 or going into the regular season. A lot of guys still on the board, man. A lot of guys that I was expecting to still be on the board are still on here. Casey Concepcion gets drafted before Denzel Boston. Yeah, the 49ers, I feel they should go defense here. We still have a lot of moves we can make in free agency as well. Joey Bosa is still available. CS, welcome, man. You're checking out the NFL draft, man. I'm out here just streaming the draft, man, having a good time, man. If you want to drop your questions, have opinions, make sure you drop those in the chat. I'll answer those chats. I'm here to answer all NFL questions, 49er fan questions. We are 2 picks away from the 49ers first round draft pick, man. Definitely representing, man, all day, every day. Bang, bang, motherfucking Niner gang all day.
Bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
So at the end of the day, man, this is going to be a tough division, man. Rams did some stupid shit. Sean McVay just staying on dumb shit. Investing in your third string quarterback right now, there probably will be some better talented quarterbacks in the years to come, but they felt like Ty Simpson was a first round quarterback. And at the end of the day, there hasn't been they're the only two. There's only been 2 quarterbacks taken off this board, which is shocking to me. So obviously the quarterback class is not that deep. Even though we got a plethora of wide receivers that is deep in this draft. I'm trying to make sense of all this and how that's crazy to me. Welcome now. There's pickers in. They've lost a lot of players too. Sean Wright, Jonathan Williams, Jaquan Brisker, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They lost quite a bit of players. So now the Bears pick should be in. The Bears probably should go defense here with all the defensive players that they did lose. All right, the Bears traded up 2 spots to get this pick. Houston just traded up in front of San Francisco, and their pick is in. Houston just traded up to get in front of San Francisco. So the 49ers have made no moves with this pick. I'm surprised. I would not be surprised if we did get traded off in the first round and we rejected all of them, because I think we know who our guy is. And if Houston just traded up and get it in front of us, probably need to get our guy. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what the Bears do first, because that pick is in. And the Bears did have 33 takeaways last year. That actually led the league. That's shocking. The Bears were pretty underrated last year and shockingly made the playoffs the way they did. Comeback wins and all. Here's Roger Goodell. All right, so like I said, with the Bears losing safeties, corners, the evolution of the white defensive back is back. The evolution since Jason Sehorn, it is back. We thought Cooper Jazine was it, man. These guys are coming out the woodwork now. Bring them back, bro. Bring them back. So this is gonna be definitely a solid pick. The Bears need to replace the safety. Maybe got with Jonathan Owens. So at the end of the day, this is going to be definitely a good pick. Wow, look at that speed. Yeah. Stop. Don't sleep on dude. Don't sleep on boy. I tell you what. Bring them back. Bring back the white QBs, bro. Take them home. Watch him out. He about to be swag down there. Look at him. Yeah, that's good from Oregon. That's good playing Oregon, bro. You got to swag out here. But at the end of the day, bro, this is a solid pick for the Bears, man. Good pick. 6 foot, 200 pounds, 4.35. And if they say how he's really, really smart, so this guy's gonna be looking to be a ball hawk for the Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, you like this pick. You got a guy that's a smart dude who can create turnovers for your defense. And this is, like I said, a solid pick. The 49ers just traded back to 30. If I'm looking at that ticker right, the 49ers were 2 picks away. The 49ers have just traded back. Not out of the first round, but we have traded to 30. Breaking news, the 49ers have traded back to 30.
I think Phoenix does the same thing, although I think you're right, Joel. It's range back in the middle is the best part. But Harrison Smith, we need something. Go get it. Right now. Get it. And that's what he did for so long in Minnesota. Whether it's on the back end, all
right, the 49ers have just traded back to number 30. We went from 27 to 30. I'm interested to see what the 49ers are going to do here. So the Niners traded down, and the Houston Texans have traded up. It's almost time. Great, congratulations. 49ers trade back to 30. All right, the 49ers traded from 27 to 30. We traded 3 picks back, so I'm interested in what the second round is going to look like. I feel like the second round is definitely going to be a wild card now. Denzel Boston could possibly be out of the first round. We could probably pull some guys in the second round. Caleb Loeb, who is still on the board, who is a target for the San Francisco 49ers. Cassius Howell is still on the board, who is a pick that C.J. Ruthless or Omar Cooper is the pick there. Those are two that C.J. Ruthless is looking for. I'm looking to stick with the tradition of them going with the defensive end. But now the pick is in for the Houston Texans, so let's listen in. Caitlin Rutledge. This is somebody that probably could protect CJ Stroud, whether it's going to be on that right side or that on the or that blind side. This is definitely going to be a good pick. Looks and they really spent a first round pick on that. They definitely have plenty of weapons offensively for CJ Stroud. But at the end of the day, this is a solid pick for the Houston Texans and a smart pick if you want to protect your quarterback.
Offensive line, this guy is going to be very popular with his running backs because of what he does in the run game. Brent Keith, very tough coach, right down to Georgia Tech, said this guy is the toughest player he's ever coached. Yeah, sometimes you're the windshield.
All right, and then the next four picks would be the Dolphins, Bills, Chiefs, and the 49ers. The Chiefs got a second round pick in this first round. Yeah, that Rams pick is crazy. And the Chiefs trading 3 spots for a guy they still could have got when at their original position is still crazy work to me too. So those ones I question. The Arizona pick is still the wildest pick in my opinion. Actually, no. The Arizona pick is crazy, but the Rams picking their third string quarterback, they better do that within hopes of Jimmy Garoppolo retiring. Because if you're coming here and wanting him to be your backup, it's probably not going to happen because Jimmy Garoppolo still got more experience, and you're definitely going to be putting in Jimmy Garoppolo before you put in Ty Simpson for some reason. So with that being said, with the hopes of him retiring, man, that might be a thing. But at the end of the day, that's probably the most questionable pick besides Arizona and Kansas City moving up 3 spots for a guy that could have gotten there at their original position. Now, the 49ers trading down, we'll see what's going to happen with that pick. We're sitting at number 30. Miami's pick is in. And then we got Buffalo, Kansas City, and San Francisco coming up. So, yeah, the 49ers trade is back. So, if you're just now tuning in, you're tuning in to IamDeezRants NFL Draft 2026 special, man. So, I appreciate everybody pulling up. Jeremy, welcome.
2026 NFL schedule is about to drop. We got
the Niners going to be traveling a whole hell of a lot this coming season. Evela Ruiz, welcome. Hope I didn't butcher that. If you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, man, you're checking out IamDeezRants. We are streaming the NFL Draft 2026, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, man. We are a few picks away from the San Francisco 49ers first round draft pick. There's some questions and picks. There's some solid picks overall. But at the end of the day, we're going to have a good time, man. I hope y'all enjoy. So, all right. We're back on the pick for the Miami Dolphins in. Now, just remembering that the Miami Dolphins did let go of Tua Tagovailoa. He is now in Atlanta, and they did sign Malik Willis in free agency. They also let go of Tyreek Hill. So it's definitely going to be, they can make room. They also lost Jalen Waddle as well. I didn't know that. So maybe they need to catch up real quick. I did not know they lost. I thought they still had Jalen Waddle. Bradley Chubb is gone as well. They've lost quite a bit. So I would expect the Dolphins probably to go defense here. Let's see if they replace Jalen Waddle. This draft is still deep at wide receiver. All right, Chris Johnson, DB. So yeah, as expected, the Miami Dolphins did go defense here. Especially with the fact that they did lose a lot defensively, and they definitely need to improve that. They definitely need to improve that secondary. So this is definitely be a good move for them. They're a corner here, 6 foot, 193 pounds.
Most girls are son. Fine to play the football. He's not going to get away.
That's what quarterbacks are supposed to do. Take the ball away. We got a lot of guys on the front end. We got guys that can back the ball down, but we need guys that can create turnovers, intercept passes. We need guys that So this is definitely a good move defensively for the Miami Dolphins. This is something they need to improve on defensively if they want to get better in the division that they're in, because their division is very competitive as well. Why would they not have Dan Marino in the first place? Okay, and this the Patriots are now in the clock. The Patriots have traded up. Oh,
But the call of a lifetime is what the Eagles are doing out right now. What happened?
all right.
Then he got the ball. Like it's not
The New England traded up with the Buffalo Bills traded back, or the New England Patriots just traded up with the Buffalo Bills. So now the New England Patriots are now on the clock. We got the Kansas City Chiefs and then our San Francisco 49ers getting to make our first pick in the first round. Kansas City with the most questionable pick this so far tonight, trading up 3 spots for Mansour Delane when they didn't even need to. And they did not actually stack picks on top of this. So let's see what they may do in the later rounds. All right, Caleb Nobu comes off the board, who was a target by the San Francisco 49ers by draft experts and other 49er content creators. Now your guy is now off the board. So those of you who are targeting Caleb Nobu as an offensive tackle for the San Francisco 49ers, which a lot of 49er experts also make sure that probably did not make sense due to the fact that we got our contract situation with Trent Williams now under wraps, and he's going to be back for the next 2 years. This is going to be a solid pick for the New England Patriots because they need somebody that can protect Derek May, and the reason why they probably lost the Super Bowl.
we're talking that you playing out.
So they definitely got the guy that can protect Drake May. So now the Kansas City Chiefs are back on the clock with their second pick. I would have thought they would have stacked more picks behind this, but they do. They did. They got this pick, and then they got pick number 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. There are 8 picks there, and they got the 8th pick in the second round. So Chiefs made a move, moving up 3 spots. Got some picks behind it. San Francisco has yet to make a move, and I don't see them doing it. It's going to be too late in that first round to move up any spot. You can't move up. You can trade back into the second round, but you definitely need to get this first round pick. You definitely need to get a solid guy now. Now we got to see who the best available is. We got 29-30. So Chiefs, 49ers, Bills, and Seahawks are going to be the last 4 picks of this evening for this first round. If you are still watching, man, let me know if you're still watching, man. We are going to react to the first pick of the San Francisco 49ers. The Kansas City Chiefs pick is in, and the 49ers are officially on the clock. Round 1, pick 29 by the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see who they're going to try to get to steal in front of us. The Chiefs do need a receiver. They do need another tight end to go to compliment Travis Kelce, because I do believe Travis Kelce will be done after this season. I'm not surprised. I'm actually surprised that he didn't retire after this season. And my homegirl, Kirsten Winston, is telling Taylor Swift to run because she feels that Travis Kelce's going to cheat on Taylor Swift. Just honestly. So at the end of the day, man, Chase Turner, welcome. And if you're watching on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, man, you're checking out IamDeezRants. You're watching the NFL Draft 2026, man. I'm out here chilling, having a good time. Make sure you pull up, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, man. Definitely appreciate it. Go helps the channel grow, man. Be sure to tune in on Wednesday at 1 o'clock for the first episode of 49 Roundup, hosted by myself and CG Ruthless. We're going to be talking about the draft. We're going to be talking about what the team is going to look like going into 2026-27 season. And we're also going to be talking about the controversial future and possibly the end of the career of Brandon Ayuk. Because I honestly feel that he's not going to play in the NFL. And I'll talk about more on that. I know a lot of other folks have got a lot to say about him, and I do too. But I'm gonna go there on Wednesdays. So be sure you tune in to 49ers Roundup. The 49ers definitely need to make a hit on this pick. Yo, okay. So the Jets, the 49ers have officially traded out of the first round. So if the 49ers traded out of the first round, the first pick they need to go get Elijah Surratt. Not now, but right now. That's the pick I feel that the 49ers need to make. We're going to go receiver. By the time we get to a good one, Elijah Surratt's going to be the only one left. Chris Bell might be left as well, but at the end of the day, I feel like the 49ers have the first pick of the second round. So I'm interested to see what the 49ers do, but here comes the Kansas City Chiefs with their selection. The Kansas City Chiefs just bolstered their offensive line by adding defensive tackle Peter Woods. Now you got somebody that goes with Chris that can get on the line, and now you only got more than just Chris Jones making the play on the defensive line. So the Chiefs decide to go all defense. You trade up, you trade back, and then you trade back into the first round. Get in front of San Francisco to get Peter Woods. This is a brilliant move by the Kansas City Chiefs. At the end of the day, they look to go defense because obviously the Chiefs have enough weapons offensively. So this is definitely going to be a move to go all defense, bolster that defense, and you need stoppers other than Chris Jones on the defensive line. You did lose a couple of linebackers. I believe Chanel is not going to be there any longer for the Chiefs. So this is definitely a good move for them. So this also gives the Kansas City Chiefs to go younger. So this kid's going to be on a really good football team. He gets to go and attack Patrick Mahomes every practice and get to practice chasing him around and get to know his tendencies and things like that. But at the end of the day, this is definitely a good pick for the Kansas City Chiefs. The 49ers have officially traded out of the first round. So we're going to go see this to the end. I will definitely be back tomorrow streaming the second round in the NFL draft as the 49ers have the first pick of the second round. As we have 49ers have officially traded out of the first round, and Denzel Boston is still on the board. So the 49ers' main target at 27 is not going to happen tonight. But at the end of the day, Denzel Boston is still on the board. There's two more picks between the Buffalo Bills and the Seattle Seahawks. So I definitely will be back tomorrow. We'll be streaming the NFL draft. We got some other stuff going on. I definitely got some new banners and logos I need to pass around. So definitely be sure to tune in and check those out as well. So we're going to be making a lot of changes like I told y'all. The Swiss Army knife content is here. And now the New York Jets, who traded back into the first round, their pick is going to be in. So as soon as Roger Dale comes out, we're going to listen in to the pick. Boba Jet, that's crazy. All right, here comes Roger Goodell with the number 30 pick. And the Jets did do solid. They got Kenyon Sadiq, which is a weapon for Geno Smith that they desperately needed. They also got an offensive lineman to protect Geno Smith as well. So let's see what happens with this pick here. Are they going to go get him a weapon? Okay. All right, and they decided to go get him a receiver. Now, Omar Cooper Jr. is now off the board. Everybody expected Casey Concepcion to go to Buffalo. Buffalo can still go get a receiver here. Receivers are gone, and like I said, this is a very deep receiver draft. So, like I said, my target now is definitely going to be Elijah Surratt in the second round. I believe he should be that guy. Chris Bell's still going to be available. But I don't believe Chris Bell should be that pick for a number of reasons. We do not need to continue the bulky trend of drafting players that are either coming off an injury or that are injured. Recovered or not, man, that's a little risky. And if you want a guy that's going to be not a risk and doesn't have that injury history, I'm telling you, Elijah Surratt is your guy. Now, he's not going to be as big and as fast as a lot of guys that you guys would probably look for, but we have guys that can take the top off the defense. That's why we went out and got Mike Evans. That's why we went out and got Christian Kirk. Now you need a guy that's a big body receiver that can move around in the red zone, can get open in short bursts, and has sure hands. That is Elijah Surratt. Let me know your thoughts and opinions with that. What you think I'm talking about? Do you think Elijah Surratt could be that guy? Now, he's about the same size as Jauan Jennings, maybe a little bit bigger. He's younger, and you don't have to pay this motherfucker $15 million. Because Jauan Jennings is asking for $15 million. Deebo Samuel is also a free agent. There's also an opportunity to bring him back into the fold as well. So at the end of the day, there's opportunities here. Free agency, after the draft, we got moves that we can make. We can also continue to bolster our offensive line and maybe pay out some bread and get Joey Bosa into the fold. I think the Bosa brothers would be great together, to be honest. And if they're already saying it's unfair, they might as well go ahead and try it. Why hesitate? If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna throw some pieces in here like you did a couple years ago, go all in. Fuck it, because your chance of winning is now. Okay, the Bills have now moved out of the first round again, and the Titans are now back into the first round. So, is this going to be a weapon defense for the Tennessee Titans? '49ers are out of the first round, Jerry. We have the first pick of the first round. What do you think about Elijah Sarratt as being that second round pick? Especially if Denzel Boston is now off. If Denzel Boston is off the board. Cassius Howell still on the board. Yeah, I know Andrew Washington for sure. Mr. Front Run ass Titan fan. Fuck out of here. That man almost got beat. That man almost beat that dude up for fucking betraying the Niners like that. You do realize that, right? You do realize I almost whipped that dude's ass because he did that. All right, the Titans are officially on the clock, or about to make their pick, and the Seahawks are on the clock. That's a lot of people at the draft tonight. 320,000 people. Okay, and now Keldrick Falk, you go get a guy to establish your pass rush because that's what you needed to do. You go get Cam Ward a weapon earlier in the round. You trade back to the first round. You go get you a defensive edge guy, a guy that you need defensively that can play. Especially with Justin Simmons in the fold, man. You definitely need a guy that could complement him, and this could be the guy to do that. Now, the Super Bowl champions, Seattle Seahawks, are now on the clock. They lost Kenneth Walker to the Kansas City Chiefs. And Zach Charbonnet will be coming off injury. So I expect them to probably maybe go running back here. They probably could go defense here. But I was expecting to go try to replace Kenneth Walker with this pick. And honestly, Seattle probably could get another receiver. Cooper Kupp didn't do much last year for him. JSN was pretty much their whole passing game. So they definitely could use somebody to complement somebody to get some movement out of it.
Pass rusher, Leonard Landon doing that last year out of Georgia. I think this kid is dynamite. I mean, you talk to people down there in Auburn, you talk to people around that program. They cannot say enough good things about him.
All right, Keldrick Falk, this is definitely a solid pick.
That's something Tennessee definitely needs.
This is what Robert Saleh needs to do. If he wants to maintain a longer tenure in Tennessee than he did in New York, you don't make the mistake. You need to go defense. I'm not going to say Zach Wilson was a mistake or why he got fired. Because I have Zach Wilson high up on the board too. So at the end of the day, Zach Wilson had an amazing career at BYU. That one year he threw for all those yards and was wild as fuck before he got drafted. And that's what got him the high pick was the crazy ass throws. And it wasn't necessarily crazy, they were crazy accurate throws. That's what it was. And he had, and I think Zach Wilson was in a system that actually worked to his favor. So with that being said, bro, this is gonna be a guy that could do wonders for this defense. So Robert Saleh, make no mistakes, I don't think Robert Saleh is looking to have a longer team than he did at New York, and I think this might be the pick that might keep his job. The Seattle Seahawks are on the clock. The last pick of this first round. I will definitely be back tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for the second round of the NFL draft. I will be live hosting the draft, so make sure you tune in. We'll be reacting to the 49ers first round draft or second round draft pick in this draft. Unfortunately, the 49ers did not make a pick as we all weren't expecting. Nobody expected the 49ers to possibly trade out of the first round. No one, I don't think any 49er content creator called this shit. Neither did I. So this is a shocker to some of us 49er fans who felt Denzel Boston, Malachi Lawrence, or some type of defensive end would be available in this first round. We decided to completely trade out of the first round, so we got first pick in the second round. If now I believe we're gonna have 2 picks in the first round, and we have 3 in the fourth round. So at the end of the day, all right, Seahawks final pick is gonna be in. This is gonna be the final pick of night 1. All right, John Schneider dapping it up. You don't give a fuck about the Seahawks, man. Fuck that. Fuck the Seahawks. They're a sorry ass team. Fact. Fuck the Seahawks. Hate that fucking team. It's fun. I cracked that ball, Seahawks fans. Y'all like a bird that's not even real. Y'all great, man. Y'all niggas like a bird that ain't even real. All right, here we are. Super Bowl champions, Seattle Seahawks, going to make the last pick of the draft for the 12s. Now, Seahawks easily could go defense. You can add another piece to your offense.
Round 1 of the 2026 NFL draft to continue to make our state ownership. A brain tumor and is now a 2-time cancer survivor. This is a wish come true with them. David Hurts.
All right, and here you are with the final pick of the first round. Okay. I'm not. Damn, bro. Your interference, you scream so loud the interference caught my ear. Holy shit. And Darian Price is the final running back, who was another target by the 49ers in later rounds, who was still available. This is a make sense pick for the Seattle Seahawks due to the fact that they did lose Kenneth Walker to the Kansas City Chiefs. You got Zach Charbonnet coming off an injury. So this is definitely going to be a good move for the Seattle Seahawks. I like to see what's going to happen with the 49ers in the first round. But unfortunately, the 49ers decided to trade out of the first round. We got the second pick of the first, we have the first pick of the second round coming in tomorrow night. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. I will be here and watching Darren Price. Like I said, this could be a good pick for the Seattle Seahawks. They have a solid offensive line. They got a solid offense, and this makes them even better. So 49ers got something to compete with. But I feel like when these teams start to stack up and get on the field against each other, this is definitely going to be another battle that's going to be at the top of the NFC West. Like I said, the 49ers and the Seahawks rivalry is the best in football. The best. I don't care who wins or loses at the end of the day. It is still hands down the best rivalry in the NFL. But thank you for tuning in, for watching the first round of the NFL draft. With your boy, IamDeezRants. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. I will be here for the first pick of the draft of the second round. And until next time, this is your boy D. Make sure you also tune in on Wednesday, the 29th, for the first episode of 49ers Roundup, featuring myself and CG Ruthless. We'll be talking about the draft and everything that has gone down. And we'll definitely be talking about Brandon Ayuk. So make sure you tune in. And until next time, this is your boy D. And I'm out. Peace.